Hello everybody, this is Wallace McFish Sr. and we are back with another episode of NetHack. It's Beauregard and we are about to jump our way down into the fiery depths of hell. We're going down to Gehenna this episode. Yeah, in the last video we were just sort of spinning our wheels a little bit, I felt like. I mean, we got some important stuff done. We prepared ourselves a little bit more. You gotta have videos like that every once in a while. Of course, we got the candles that we need. But, in general, we were just not really making any forward progress. In this video, I'd really like to go forward, go forth down into hell, because that is where we need to go in order to finish the game. So, that's good. I just want to make a quick run by my stash to make sure that we've got everything that we absolutely need. It's been a couple of days. I'm just trying to reorient myself a little bit. Let me just see what we got in our sack here. We got one more wish that we need to use. And a couple of potions of healing, holy water might come in handy, all the candles that we'll need. So let's just head back to our stash and collect ourselves. We already did that potion shop. We did a little bit of nurse dancing. Our HP is up at a much more respectable level, I should think. Teleport over here. And, good. Alright, it's a gremlin, but it's nowhere near the nighttime. So I feel confident. It's pretty ridiculous. Like, sometimes I'm playing this game, or sometimes I've been wanting to record this game, and it's like 10:30 at night or something like that, when I would normally love to be recording, and I would be like, yeah, I should record some NetHack, but then I'm like, oh, it's night. What if a gremlin gets me? What if we lose our cold resistance or something, and then we have to go on a ridiculous... what if we're punished for it, I mean, so it's pretty ridiculous that I'm afraid of the clock nowadays. I'll only play NetHack in the mid-morning because I'm afraid of the clock. I'm afraid of gremlins. But, oh well. Just trying to maximize my chances here by playing at the appropriate time of day. Elbereth, and head up, teleport right over to our stash. So is there anything else that we really wanted to pick up here? There's one holy water, one unholy water, another unicorn horn. There's unlabeled scrolls. You know what? I think I'm going to take a couple of unlabeled scrolls just in case I need them, because I still got a couple of charges left on my magic marker. I'm not sure exactly how many charges are left. We also might want to take a look at some of these other spell books, because I think we might have actually forgotten a couple of our spells, which is sort of a weird quirk of how spells work in this game. I am not sure about this Ring of Polymorph and Polymorph Control. I was thinking about it, and I was like, yeah, we're not going to do any crazy tricks with this right now because, well, that's even a little bit too spoilery for me. I mean, I'm not even sure if there's anything we could do. We could try to turn into, like, a blob and, like, eat some rings, but that is not even necessarily, like, the best thing to do. Like, I don't think it's going to be very helpful. And, or we could try to turn into, like, a more powerful form, like an Aliax, an angel is, I guess, something that's pretty powerful to turn into, which could be fun, but I guess it's not even necessarily more powerful than what we are right now. We're going to carry it around with us just in case of emergencies. It could help us get out of a tight spot or something like that. Being able to polymorph into whatever could be nice. So let's keep it on our person for now. But, yeah, let's take some of this stuff. A blessed scroll called Earth, is that worth keeping around? Maybe. I'm not sure. I don't think we necessarily need it. We could always dunk it here. 1,000 gold is probably a good thing to carry just to have it. And let's put some things into my sack here. Put something into my sack. Let's put the gold into the sack. Let's put the Blessed Unlabeled Scroll in here. These cursed scrolls called Thar, I'm not sure. We'll put the gold detection in here. Oh, I already got 4 unlabeled scrolls. Do I really need another unlabeled one then? This Thar, I'm sure, is punishment or something bad like that. So we're just going to drop that here. Scrolls of Teleportation. There's so many fire traps down in Gehenna, we really don't want to just be carrying any scrolls or potions out and about. Okay. Other than that, our wands could get destroyed by electrical things, but I'm not too concerned about that. Blessed Orb of Fate we want to have. Okay. Yes. Put that. Alright, cool. We've got some unlabeled scrolls. And we'll just drop our stars. And that's fine. What's over here? Dangerous monster? Uh-oh, a rock piercer. Let's get it. Good. So I was thinking about it as well. I was thinking about all the things that we were trying to think about in the last video. And what are we going to do with our last wish? Now, I actually did look it up, and I feel bad about looking at it. You know what I mean? It's like now I feel bad about going on the wiki because it's like I'm like, oh, I'm going to do this with just my own knowledge. So every time I look something up, I'm like, oh, I'm cheating a little bit. But you know, everybody on the wiki says that wishing for a spell book of magic mapping is a bad idea. Like it's an inefficient idea. Like there's better uses of your time. Like you could wish for a magic marker instead and just write all your own scrolls of magic mapping. But you know what? Screw that. we're gonna wish for a spell book of magic mapping because our character can do it. I feel like all those other characters are just jealous mostly. Like they can't cast magic mapping, so they're a little bit jealous of us. One thing they say is that you run out of power, but it's like we also have the Mitre of Holiness, which is going to help. So I think we can do it. I've also got a plan maybe to help conserve magic a little bit. And yeah, I think that we've just been talking about this all game. We've been talking about working up our divination abilities and just being able to cast magic mapping. I remember when I was like 10 years old on my wizard character, it was really cool to be able to cast magic mapping. So, we're going to do this. Let's make our own mistakes here. If this is a mistake, I feel like hopefully it won't be too bad. Let's get our spellbook of magic mapping, and hopefully this will work out for us. So we have a... Where is it? I have to zap... My Wand of Wishing is capital I. And you'll notice that nothing is happening. That's because this is normal. And you might think this is relatively spoilery as well. I mean, if you have a wand which is completely empty of charges, we already recharged our Wand of Wishing once. Oh, yeah, but if you recharge it, there's like a 1 in 100 chance or something like that of being able to actually rest out one last charge from the worn out wand, at which point it will disintegrate. But I'm glad, normally it's not worth it, but if it were an important wand, like a Wand of Polymorph or a Wand of Wishing or something like that, it might be worth your time. Definitely for the Wand of Wishing. This is the one last wish that you absolutely want to get. Get your mileage out of the castle wishes. You may wish for an object, and I'm going to go with a blessed... is it Spellbook? I'm going to look this up real quick. Yeah, now, I'm incurring a luck penalty right here. It is Spellbook of Magic Mapping, right? Yeah, Spellbook of Magic Mapping. I was sure about that. Blessed Spellbook of Magic Mapping. A blessed light brown spellbook. So we haven't seen that. Our Wand of Wishing turns to dust. We can read that, memorize the runes, and if I can cast it, magic mapping is at 38% with our robe. Could be better, could be worse. We could improve that if we worked up our divination a little bit more with Detect Monster. Yeah, you can see, though, that those spells are forgotten up there, actually. I guess that's what that asterisk means. I'm glad that the game is actually nice enough to tell you that. I'm actually a little bit surprised. It's a little bit weird that we would forget these spells. You'd think that by casting them all the time, we would be improving them, we'd be reinforcing that, but I guess that there's some magical neurological property of how spells work in the brain. But fortunately, we kept these spell books. I think what I'm actually going to do, which one of these is more useful? I guess Create Monster is the one I use more, although Detect Monster is the one that I would like to use to be able to improve my magic mapping. Like, I would like to spam Detect Monster right now. It's a little bit of an unfortunate situation. My Force Bolt, I feel like, must be getting there, too, because we learned that pretty early in the game. If I try to cast Force Bolt right now, yeah, my knowledge of Force Bolt is growing faint. So I could just forget Force Bolt, because Force Bolt is past its prime. We could even cast Magic Missile if we're going to cast something. We might as well cast Magic Missile as an attack spell if we're getting to that point. So I feel like let's just let our memory of Force Bolt unravel. And we'll memorize both of these other spells, because we've definitely seen that Create Monster is useful if we found an altar. Unlikely at this stage of the game, but if we also wanted to do a little bit more Wraith farming. And then also Detect Monster, I just want to cast a bunch right now and see if I can get my magic mapping improved. So let's pick up these spell books. Yeah, Force Bolt we could relearn, but let's not. Create Monster and Detect Monster? Do I not have Detect Monster? I guess not. Oh well. Well, that makes my choice a little bit easier then. Spellbook. Let's just read, yeah, Q at least. We get to memorize the runes. Yeah, my knowledge of Create Monster is keener. And I guess we will keep around Detect Monster as something that we can just cast to make ourselves confused intentionally. And that's a good thing to be able to do, I guess. Just be able to confuse yourself intentionally. We'll keep around a forgotten spell or two just to be able to do that as necessary. Magic mapping is hopefully going to be good enough at 38%. What if I were to take off my shield? Am I even wearing my shield right now? Am I wearing anything right now? I'm naked. Oh, I'm not even wearing my robe. I'm really glad I realized that before we started this video, before we went down into hell. That's the thing that can happen to you a little too easily in NetHack, you know. I mean, that's my bad, but, you know, I mean, let's make sure. I should have checked my armor class. We'll wear the robe and the speed boots and the small shield. And now I can cast magic mapping at 0%. Alright, so I got nothing to worry about. I was worried just because I was a little naked and I didn't even notice. Like Emperor's New Clothes over here or something. But many objects, we'll forget those spells. We'll be able to confuse ourselves. We can cast magic mapping, no problem, so we don't even have to worry about that. And I guess we are good to go in that regard. Was there anything else that we needed to do with this stash? We have all of our potions and our scrolls safely tucked away. I guess we can use our wands or drop them as necessary. I think we're doing okay on carry weight. But we got a magic marker, which we can use. Yeah, we can tell it's got a few more charges on it. We could spend a few more on enchant armor. I'm not sure about another genocide. That might be a little bit costly. But, I mean, we could at least enchant up, like, our robe a little bit more. Or if we found, like, a better, you know, set of gloves or something like that. Anyway, I guess we're good. We just want to be ready before we go back down to hell. Because once we go into hell, it'll be a little bit trickier to get out. Now, another stop that I wanted to make on the way to hell was down to Medusa's lair, where there may still be a black dragon. We are still wearing our Amulet of Reflection, right? Yeah, definitely don't want to get hit by a death ray real quick. And we are now wearing all of our clothes. So let's just invoke the Orb of Fates. The Orb of Fates. Yeah, blasted by the Orb of Fate's power, I know. And I think it was around level 24 is where we needed to go. Let's go 23, just in case I'm wrong, and just in case I want to go downstairs. I'm not sure if warping into the level will take me to the staircase. I want to go to the staircase, because that's near where the black dragons are. Alright, here we are on level 23. Yeah, we warped here, which is close to the staircase, but I don't know if it's exactly at the staircase. Was that a hostile monster? Yeah, it's a hostile warhorse. I have to say, we're not going to take a warhorse into hell, as cool as that would be, but we'll also leave it alive, because I have a little bit of respect for that warhorse. You know, I mean, it was definitely part of our plan at some point, so let's just let it be for now. It's part of our grand neutral plan for neutrality. You know, it fits in with our scheme. And we go downstairs. Was it, in fact, 24 that Medusa was at? No, completely wrong. Keep going down further. Here it was, 25. All right, so 24 would have been the correct move after all, but I'm glad I gave myself a little bit of leeway, especially after warping to the wrong place to try to find the quest level. Anyway, here we go. All right, so I believe these are dragons up here. Can I put on a blindfold? No. There's no dragons at all. I guess they were summons and they disappeared. All right, well, that's fine. You know, the reason I'm not too concerned about this, too, I mean, we have to eventually get down to hell, but one thing that we can do in the meantime is just dig our way down. Apply our pickaxe and dig down. Blast of frost whizzing by me, presumably from that winter wolf, but I guess you can't see me very well. I'm going to just keep digging. Elf Lord hits, I don't care that much. Okay, but we should kill him anyway. If you're going to interrupt my digging, you don't just interrupt the guy who's going to dig a hole in the floor. Like, he's obviously doing something important. Trolls. Hitting the rock trolls. Look, I'm already up at full HP. I mean, I don't even know what you guys are trying to do here. Just let me dig. Alright? I'm getting secret treasure that you have no need to have a part in. I hear something crash through the floor. I'm not sure what happened there. Did he fall through a pit in the floor? That would be awfully convenient. Can I take off my blindfold real quick? Oh yeah, there is a pit in the floor. Well, let's just jump through that. I'm still in a pit. How ironic. Alright, jump into the hole. Jump down into the hole. Adjacent object falls into a hole. Here we are. Alright, so here we are. Below Medusa's level, we don't have to worry about the eels as we make our way across that. I am still a little bit worried about eels. Like, seriously. There are certain things in the game, you know, I'm feeling relatively strong at this point. You know, I mean, I feel like Yeah, we are basically ready to go into Gehenna at this point in the game. But there's a lot of things in this game that can kill you in like one hit. Like if you just like, get drowned by an eel, or if you get like hit by a cockatrice and you're not paying attention, or if you get hit by a death ray and you're not wearing your amulet, stuff like that. This game is going to keep us on our toes. So let's be careful. Gehenna. I'm going to be honest. All right, so we are on the level before Gehenna right now. I'm pretty sure I can just dig my way down because I think we're done with the castle. We got our Wand of Wishing. There's probably more dragons over there. Yeah, but now that we got all the resistances we need, I was going to go and get that Frost Dragon, but we already got it from the Winter Wolf or whatever it was. We got Frost Resistance somewhere. We don't have Disintegration Resistance, but that's honestly like the only one that you don't really need. Yeah, that one is relatively unimportant unless you're doing something crazy. So I see nothing else that is really of interest to us. We could go and fight the rest of those guys, but I don't really feel like it. Let's just see if we can dig down into hell, because I'm pretty sure we can dig down here. Dig down. Yup. Oh, never mind. We cannot dig through this, so we are going to have to make our way through. We could have Orb of Fated our way through. You think that honestly, it's going to be easier just to use the Orb of Fate, and we're not going to use the Orb of Fate in a while, so let's just remove our blindfold. Because when we go down into hell, it's going to be mostly undead at first. I'm not sure how long it's been since we used the Orb of Fate, so let's just give it a little bit of a refresher period of 200 turns. I hear dice being thrown. What is that? Is that a soldier or a nurse? It's a nurse. We already did that, though. I don't know. I feel like let's just kill this nurse. All right, we don't want to get caught in any more nurse loops here. That's a nurse corpse. I would eat it, except I believe it is cannibalism, and I think that nurse corpses do heal you up. I'm not sure if they improve your max HP. I should have just let that nurse be. But I'm just trying to wait up here. Yeah, I can't teleport. There's a quantum mechanic, which is sort of an unusual creature to find. Sometimes they drop boxes with Schrodinger's cat inside. If you eat them, if you're fast, you turn slow. If you're slow, you turn fast. So it like flips your speed. But, we're already fast because we zapped ourselves with that Wand of Speed Monster. Speed Monster. Just going to wait another 200 turns. Loud snoring, loud snoring, loud snoring. I'm going to stop waiting. There's like vortices in here. Have I been waiting for 200 turns? I haven't been paying attention. Alright, this is good. Alright, so I think we've waited long enough. Let's just invoke the Orb of Fate. Blessed by the Orb of Fate's power. And I want to go to level 29. I'm pretty sure if you enter any level below 29, it'll just take you to level 29 anyway. So we might as well just say what we mean. Let's go to 29. Alright, I have the Valiant of the Dead. Alright, so here we are. We've entered Gehenna. The odor of burnt flesh and decay pervades the air. That's nasty, man. You hear groans and moans everywhere. Also kind of creepy. And, yeah, I think that there's going to be a whole bunch of undead down here. We could consider turning undead. We had a little bit of mixed results with that when I tried it on the priest quests. Okay, we found the way back up. There's variously dangerous monsters here. We can see there's a 4 up here I'm being warned about. I don't know what that could be exactly, but I'm a little bit concerned. I could try putting on my blindfold just to, see where we're at. There's demons. I don't know if there's a succubi exactly. We should be a little bit aware of that. Oh, no, those are bone devils. There's not really succubi down here, probably, but there's probably other things that those could be, like bone devils. Whole bunch of wraiths, but it's a graveyard level, and we're already pretty high level, I guess. High level enough, maybe. And probably a whole bunch of undead that we can't see. So let's remove the blindfold. We have to move generally that way, and you saw there was a human over there. I believe that's a priest of Moloch, which is generally the way that we need to go in order to get down to the deeper recesses of hell. Of course, we could just use the Orb of Fate and just keep warping down deeper. Because, in fact, the only reason why we couldn't warp down any deeper than that is because it's sort of like a threshold. Like, if you're going to come down into Gehenna, you have to, if you're passing into a different branch, you have to go, to the beginning of the branch first. So if I had to level, 30 before, it wouldn't have worked. But now I think it would. But, this is cool. We're priests. We gotta go. There's a bone devil, yeah. Honestly, succubi are some of the most dangerous things we could see here. They could take off our armor. Vampires. Yeah, I feel like we're less likely to have our level drained now that we have excellent armor and also, a robe, which gives some manner of magic cancellation, as well as magic resistance with our grayscale mail. I honestly don't exactly understand how it works. I just know that it's generally good. Demons. See, we're fighting Erinnises. all sorts of bizarre demons that I don't really know what they are. Oh, it is scroll create monster. In fact, here, I'm going to know what you are. An Arinus. Yes. These female seeming devils, named after the furies of mythology, attack hand-to-hand and poison their unaware victims as well. Glad we got poison resistance. Alright. Yeah, most of these guys are going to be not too dangerous. Yeah, reading create monster just to make things a little bit more annoying. Dirk's ghosts. Yeah, you can see there's some ghosts about us. It's sort of the least of my concerns right now. Ghosts are extremely slow and also not that dangerous. Gnomish wizard. You're a little bit out of place, buddy. Barb devil, barb devil. Yeah, this is like kind of annoying, but it's like also, look, my HP is at 184 right now. It was at 181, I was going to say. What's this slightly more dangerous thing? There's a couple of 4s over there, which I'm curious to investigate. Those might be the demons. Yeah, I think that the demon... Oh, it's a pit fiend. It's a little bit of a classic demon here. Let's get a little bit of idea of the morphology of demons here. Major demon. Yeah, I'm curious to know. Pit fiends are among the more powerful devils, capable of attacking twice with weapons, as well as grabbing and crushing the life out of those unwary enough to enter their domains. So be it. Oh, I blew up his wand of digging, though. That's one disadvantage of using Mjolnir. I'm not going to lie. We got blinded by a wand of lightning here. I'm just watching to see whether the bolt of lightning is going to destroy the wand of lightning, which would be pretty funny and ironic, but I'd like to take that wand of lightning here as well. Yeah. Oh, there's also a wraith corpse, which I'll gladly take if we have the opportunity. Let me take... Yeah. I'll deal with you in a second. I'll take another wand of lightning just for more Elbereth chances if necessary. And a Valkyrie corpse named Hildenbrand. I feel like we've seen about 1,000 temporal clones of that. I'll take this wraith corpse. You know what? I'm going to just back off a little bit. I am, like, blind, but here, let me just eat this wraith corpse before it goes bad. I feel more experienced. Sure, might as well take those opportunities as they happen. Level 19. I mean, we're getting down to the pits of hell. I feel like the monster spawns aren't going to get any more monstrous than this, you know, so we might as well just get up. I believe level 30 is the max level in the game. Any opportunities we have. We're a little bit blind. Nice to get a little blind check on things here. You know, being blind is not a disadvantage after you have ESP, honestly. It's just sort of like a different option. But let's apply our unicorn horn. I thought I had a blessed unicorn horn. I do have a blessed unicorn horn, but it didn't work. So I guess it's just more likely to work. To be honest, it seems a little bit of a ripoff. I assumed it was 100%. But, oh well. It's probably better than nothing. And as I said, the most important thing... Oh, it's Beauregard's ghost again. Whoa, what's that? A pancake? The Wraith left a Wraithly pancake? I don't know if I should destroy Beauregard's ghosts. But I definitely should destroy Beauregard's ghost. I feel like that's not really Beauregard's ghost. Like, it's probably just some sort of weird hellish illusion. It's sort of like in Empire Strikes Back. Curse Scroll, create monster. That could be interesting to have. I think it creates, like, a lot of monsters. It's something to drop, at least, you know. I don't know if I really want to create a lot of monsters at once, but it actually could come in handy. In a situation where I had, like, extremely dangerous monsters pursuing me, and I just wanted to flood the area with other types of monsters, which couldn't possibly be worse. I'm thinking particularly in the astral plane it might come in handy. Let's go ahead and put it in a sack. Put the scrolls in the sack. 4 labeled scrolls, I'm glad I realized that, because those will burn up in a second. Oh no, take that out. Whoops. Never mind. Put something into the sack. Just the curse scroll of create monster. Samurai corpse is, I don't think, something that we want to eat. Yeah, you get penalties for cannibalism in this game, which we'd like to avoid. In fact, I think we lose our ESP if we accidentally cannibalize someone. Or maybe that's something else. Maybe that's murdering somebody. Murdering somebody, you lose your ESP, which is a little bit random as well. Potion of healing. Okay, I guess it's not very useful. I'm not gonna lie. Potion of healing is just. I mean, I said this before, but if we're in a situation where we're taking so much damage that we need to be quaffing potions of healing, it's probably just like we might as well find something else to do, because we're going to lose more damage in one turn than we would have gained by quaffing the potion of healing, especially if it's in our sack. Yeah. Any sort of graveyard loot here? Unlabeled scroll, I guess we'll take, but I feel like we're not going to really get very good use out of it. Might as well put it in our sack. Scrolls and potions. H and E. Yep, good. Here lies Ezekiel, age 102. The good die young. Okay, that's funny. So funny, I forgot to laugh. Here lies an atheist, all dressed up and no place to go. No, honestly, I was trying to remember that song. It's like Only the Good Die Young, but it's like I can't remember it well enough to sing it right now. I was gonna make it like an attempt to sing it badly, but I feel like that would have been bad for you and me. Here's a grave here. Something is graved here in the head song. You read, Postman, please no forwarding address. Gehenna, Asmodeus' fortress, 5th Lemur on the left. Okay, well this guy didn't move too far. He's in Gehenna, you know? And he's just moved right around the corner. And that's a little bit of a foreshadowing because Asmodeus is in fact one of the major demons that we're going to have to fight. Or are we? How's that for a little bit of foreshadowing? Beauregard, that's me. I feel like it's best not to eat my own corpse. Where do I need to go? Sam quod eris, or sum quod eris. I should know what that means. It's like, I am, therefore, you are? That doesn't make any sense, right? I don't remember my Latin very well. Sum is definitely I am. Quod, I don't remember exactly what it means. I thought it was like thus. And then eris I thought was you are. Sum, no, wait. Sum, oh, it's is that future tense? Because it's sum sum is sunt, and then eris I believe is the future tense. So therefore you are, I am, like thus you will be. That's my best guess. Let's loot your damn box and stop talking about Latin. I've forgotten it so much. I can't sing when good die young. I can't speak Latin. I got no skills. Ring called shock resistance. Is that worth having? I mean, we already have intrinsic shock resistance, so I say no. Scroll of Great Monster. I already got one. Priest course named Saint Dish Scum, I believe was the full name there. Karnov's Ghost. That sounds like one of mine, but I could be wrong. Oh, there's two of them. Oh, he just ran away. No, we can't get up this way. I guess we're going to have to wind our way around the side. Can I dig through the walls here? Nope. Never mind. So we're just... What did that say? Please don't dig me up. I'm perfectly happy down here, resident. Alright. Yeah, one thing that I don't think we've done so far. Hey! Soon you join this fellow in hell, the Wizard of Yendor. Yikes. And let's get into striking a little bit too close to home since we are in hell, and the Wizard of Yendor is something that we're going to have to fight. Probably in a video or two. If we make it that far, that is. I should hope so. There we go. Vampire Lord is still listed as a 4, which is actually encouraging to me, considering that it only goes up to 5. Lightning strikes the cockatrice. So no, yeah, let's not mess around with cockatrices again. We're not going to have one-hit stupid kills here. No, sir. Very, very careful. Every time I see a cockatrice, every time... What was that? A squeaky board. Alright, I thought it might have been something that we could get down. Potion of invisibility. We are already permanently invisible. Hair in the back of my neck stands up. I think that's because we're in a graveyard. Wand of lightning. I'm blinded by the flash. Yeah. We already have 2 wands of lightning. I guess I'll take another one, but it's like, that's getting a little ridiculous now at this point. At least we're not going to have to recharge that one. I would like to have another wand of digging. Loot. No. What's this here? A cursed ring. Wow, you can tell that it's cursed just by feel. That's amazing. I always sort of assumed that we knew that it was cursed just by looking at it, but I guess that we have the ability to tell when it's just just by feeling it as well. I mean, I wonder if it's something even beyond vision or something like that, just some sort of cursed sense that you can't really tell unless you're a priest. Can't really explain it. Well, let's see what it is. What is it here? Cursed gold ring. I have no idea what it is. I guess I might as well hang on to it. It's made out of gold. You know, we might get a little bit of resale value there at least. And what's that? What's that? Stepped on a magic track or something. Nothing happened though. Teleport trap can't affect me. This is why it's so important. I was really paranoid about getting magic resistance until we got it. I mean, once we got our gray dragon scale mail, we're all good to go. But I think we're on the right path here. I think we're on the trail. Jiro's ghosts. I don't think that's me. I don't think I named a character Jiro. Although it's hard to tell, you know, I tend to name my characters pretty normal stuff sometimes. New kind of spellbook. There's a lot of spells we haven't seen, but I'm so smart by now that I feel confident in reading this. Let's just read it. Cause fear spell to my repertoire. And I can cast it. I don't know if that's any good, but sure, we can cause fear. We can scare people off. You know, we're scary, scary people. You know, Beauregard, you know, he can scare anybody off. Wand call didn't do nothing. I'm not interested. I wasn't interested then. I'm not interested now. Should I try to scare these undead? They might be immune to it. I'm not sure. Invisible incubus. Here, let's try to cause fear to the incubus. Are you scared of me? Cause fear. Well, let's not waste magic. We're going to be needing that magic pretty soon. Wand of make invisible. Alright. Destroy the wraith. Destroy the orc zombie. Want to make invisible a couple of them, just in case you really wanted to make yourself invisible. This is the time to do it. I really don't know if there's like a real disadvantage to making yourself invisible in this game. I'm honest. I mean, I did it right away, first chance I got, and I'm glad I did, because I really feel like it has not been a disadvantage. Do you? I mean, we've had to wear that mummy wrapping occasionally, but it's not like those are hard to come by. Right? I mean, we found one immediately when we needed it. I'm just trying to get there because I think I saw that there was a wraith corpse there. Couple of demons attacking me, but you can see I'm really not concerned about this. In fact, why am I not wearing my Ring of Conflicts? Take off my stupid Ring of Gain Constitution. Put on Conflicts. Noises, 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 noises. Alright, you guys fight each other while I eat this wraith corpse. Alright, that's a much more productive use of my time. I'm rather lightheaded. It rots away completely. Oh no, it took too long. I got there as soon as I could. That is ridiculous. Well, now I don't care at all that these guys are going to fight each other until they destroy each other. Zaps an ebony wand. Whoa, new kind of wand. What do you think that could be? Wand of death, maybe? Vampire hits the hell. Well, which way did you zap it? Which one is the Nalfanshi? That's Nalfanshi. Not only do these demons do physical damage with their own claws and bite, but they're capable of using magic as well. Well, I'm interested in that ebony wand, I guess. I thought it might have been a wand of death. Beauregard's ghost, yeah. Cursed wand of create monster, and a potion of gain level, though. I'll quaff that. Sure. Just as good as a wraith corpse, I guess. There we go. Experience level 20. Nice. Destroy the wraith. Alright, and can we just, like, fight our way through the crowd here? Push our way through the crowd? Want to fire. Oh, no, that's just... We weren't sure who this was. We buried him there anyway. Well, it was very kind of you to, like, make, like, a proper headstone for him. Scroll of teleportation. I just feel like we got enough of that. Like, we got enough create monster. We got enough teleportation. We got everything that we could need. Hellhounds there. Like, I feel like if you found somebody and you didn't know who they were, you wouldn't necessarily go through the proper, or like, the procedure of a proper burial. Might just put them in an unmarked grave or something like that, but that's courteous is what I'm saying, especially down here in hell. You know, these hell folk are civilized. Which makes me feel a little bit bad about coming up and breaking up their society with the Ring of Conflicts. But we took the wrong way, so now I'm completely not sad about that. What is that, a salamander? A disenchanter? Ah, geez. Alright, well, let's just fight our way through these orcs. Because I don't feel like dealing with that. I shouldn't have left that scroll of, or that wand of create monster lying around, I guess. Being blind is nice. I guess we don't have to worry too much about these guys fighting each other. We just can hear the noises. Scroll of teleportation, vampire lords. Yeah, push away through the crowd. Unlike in another game like Dungeon Crawl, it seems like there's not too much incentive to, like, necessarily kill every single monster. Here's a white potion. That's interesting. I'll be curious to know about that. We'll quaff it. Like, we could kill all these monsters and get a little bit more experience, but, like, why? When I can just eat wraith corpses and get all the experience I need. So, we're going to push on. Cursed Scroll of Identify is not exactly what I was looking for. I'm not sure if I have a real reason to have that. I was sort of hoping I might find the spell book of Remove Curse. So even if I found something like that, it would be a nice find. I could identify that white potion by uncursing my scroll. Yep. Food ration. Oh, here's a Scroll of Identify and enchant weapon. I'm pretty sure I can enchant up my Mjolnir better than this. +5. I think I can go up to 7. Let's go ahead and enchant it up. It vibrates unexpectedly. Alright, so we're not going to do it any more than that. And in fact, I probably should have enchanted that up to make sure it got up to +7. But +6 is good enough. All right, we got a +6 Mjolnir. Let's not touch that anymore. And I got Scroll of Identify. Let's identify this white potion before we use it, I guess. Sure. Or the Cursed Gold Ring could be interesting, too. Yeah. Potion of Booze. All right, let's drink it. Tastes like liquid fire. All right, fine. You know, I mean, when you're in hell, make sure you bring booze. That's the Captain Jack Sparrow method. What's Potion of Healing? All right. No more playtime. Let's use the unicorn horn. That's pretty convenient, you know. I mean, I'm sure I would probably drink a lot more alcohol if I could just apply a unicorn horn and cure my hangover. That's not the way it works in real life. What's that? Quantum Mechanic Corpse, no thanks. Invisible Mariliths swinging stuff around. Mariliths are a little bit tricky. Mariliths have got like 6 arms or something like that, so they've got a couple of weapons sometimes. Scroll create monster. Want make invisible large box. Let's go ahead and loot it. Yes. I guess one advantage to clearing this out is that we are going. Oh, a Balrog. Now that's a proper demon. We know what that looks like. You know, that's a Tolkien demon right there, and I think it's one of the most powerful. And we took it down. That's really encouraging. Let's see what he's got. He's got the bullwhip. He's got the classic bullwhip. That's awesome, right? Balrog's got bullwhips. That's what happens. But this time we didn't let him pass. Pilgrim, you enter a sacred place. Strange foreboding feeling, of course, because this is a whoa. Let's remove the Ring of Conflict. Okay, sorry about that, buddy. I hope we didn't get anything cursed, did we? Cursed Ring of Polymorph. Nothing that wasn't cursed already, I don't believe. I think we would have felt a foreboding feeling or something like that. Yeah, all right, those priests can be pretty nasty. We saw in that in our priest quest, those priests were among the nastiest enemies that we faced so far in the game, I'd say. You know, I mean, a lot of monsters so far you can see are not really giving us a run for our money. But these guys are. You know, and we're going to have to actually fight a couple of them for real when we get down towards, like, the lower depths of hell here. So let's continue on. Yeah, like this. Yeah, all right, here we go. Continue onwards. Earth Elemental. Okay, sure, I guess. A little bit dangerous. Pair of mud boots. We already got the best boots in the game, so let's not even concern ourselves. I don't understand. Sharp iron spikes. I don't care. Could have been levitating, I guess, but I just don't care. Cursed chainmail. I can feel that it's cursed with my curse sense. No. That one. This way. One thing that I've noticed about NetHack compared to Dungeon Crawl is that it's a little bit more difficult to commentate. And I'm not trying to make excuses for myself here in case my commentary is a little bit, like, matter of fact. It's just that, you know, I mean, because there's no, like, auto explore button. There's a door up here. Yeah, let's get up over here. Because there's no, like, auto explore or tab button or something, you know, I mean, you have to sort of, like, stay a little bit more focused on, like, exactly what you're doing. Like, I'm like, okay, now I press A, now I press capital K, now I press O. Rather than having, like, in NetHack, you would just press one button to open the door and possibly just do it automatically anyway. And I'm not complaining a little bit, you know, it's different, you know, I mean, as I said, you know, I mean, it's nice to be able to feel a little bit inside the character here. You know, like, we're actually in control of the character here, facing these threats by our own wits. No auto-explore, no automation. You know, I guess sometimes in real life you sort of can put your brain into autopilot. You know, like you're driving or something on the highway for 2 hours at night. You know, you just sort of put your brain into autopilot and go. I'm not saying to do that because that's kind of a dangerous mindset. But you know what I mean, right? You know, same with these games. We can play and talk at the same time. It's just a little bit like, okay, you know, I mean, we're doing inventory sack management here. You know, now I have to just, like, press all the right buttons in the right order. As opposed to the Dungeon Crawl where I can just sort of like press O and tab and chew the fat. But here we are. All right, we made it through this graveyard. Standing at the gate to Gehenna. Although I believe that technically we're in Gehenna right now as well. So that statement is a little bit misleading. Yeah. Unspeakable cruelty and harm lurk down there. Yikes. All right, well, you're not really like painting a good picture. Am I sure I want to enter? I think the answer is absolutely yes. I feel like that sort of like is harkening back to the old days, as I said, where if you went into Gehenna without fire resistance, you would just immediately die. So be it. I love that. That's a good moment. That's an ominous NetHack moment. Sort of the omniscient third-person narrator. Like, who is that narrator? Who is that talking to us right now exactly? I don't think it's Bridget. In fact, one thing I was going to say is that one thing that marks the difference between Gehenna and the rest of the game, a very important difference, is that we cannot pray in Gehenna. Bridget has no power here, you know, no influence. If we pray here, we're going to end up praying to the crew god Malach, and Malach doesn't like it. Malach hates everybody. He doesn't like anybody praying to him. And then, of course, Bridget's going to get upset too and somehow punish us, I guess. Even though she can't, you know, bless us, she can still punish us. I guess that's a little unfair. But hey, this is Gehenna, man, all right? The rules of kindness don't apply. Even more so than usual with the rest of this game. So we're going to get started. All right, so here's the plan. We learned magic mapping for a reason because, look, magic mapping. Woo! All right. Some people would say that Gehenna is the most annoying part of the game because it's like 30 floors of mazes. You know, if you thought that one maze in... one maze occasionally, like sometimes in Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup, is a little bit on the obnoxious side. Well, this is like 30 mazes in a row. So if we know where we're going, it's going to make our life just so much easier. Don't you agree? And we have to spend a lot of magic doing it, but I mean, we could also teleport there. I was considering that. We could definitely teleport. Of course, Mantelet is, I believe, just an orcish cloak, so we don't have to concern ourselves there. We could eat an Uruk-hai corpse. I'm going to go ahead and put on the Ring of Gain Constitution for now. And let's just eat the Uruk-hai corpse. To what position do I wish we teleported? Alright, great. Yeah, I figured that would just happen naturally. We can save a little bit of nutrition, save our magic, and just be able to go from place to place. That was one thing they said about using the Spellbook of Magic Mapping compared to... We'll just eat this Uruk-hai corpse instead. They're all the same to me. Using the Spellbook of Magic Mapping compared to using Scrolls of Magic Mapping that you would write yourself is that you might run out of magic real quick because it is a high-level spell. But, you know, we got to build for this. We're a good spellcaster. We also have the Mitre of Holiness. If we had the Eye of the Aethiopica, that might be actually slightly better for us. And honestly, the more I think about it, the more I think we should have probably just taken the Eye of the Aethiopica instead of the Orb of Fate. But I'm happy with our decision. So down we go. See, 1 floor of hell done. Imagine how much worse that could have been. That could have been like a whole video. Just like wandering around, fighting minotaurs, trying to make our way through a stupid maze. In fact, it's 20 seconds. Aren't you happy with me now? Like, seriously. Like, I'm sure some of you have been like, oh, he's not playing NetHack. But it's like, now that you see the maze, aren't you a little bit happy that we can just cast magic mapping and possibly teleport to the end? Like, let's just do a quick mental check. Like, we don't want to go down that way. We have to go around that way. And probably we'll teleport. Yeah, in fact, something cast a spell at midair. Oh, it's a Barrow White. I thought it might have been a Wraith. We got enough gold. Yellowish-brown gem. Apply our pickaxe. Because normally we can. Alright, but there's no point. That's just a way to kill a little bit of time. Just a way to like, allow us to imagine that we're being productive. Before we just teleport. Before our teleportation sense kicks in. And here we go. Magic mapping. Okay. And here we go. And I believe this might be a demon fortress. So I'm happy that we ended up here. Kind of happy that we ended up here. Now let's investigate. Put on our blindfold. Yeah. See that purple demon over there? That's got to be somebody special. Who is it? It's the peaceful, invisible Asmodeus. And you may notice peaceful. Asmodeus is one of the more reasonable of the demon lords. He is, you know... He will accept a bribe, is what I'm trying to get at. You know, I mean, he doesn't necessarily want to fight. He knows that, you know, I mean, I don't necessarily want to fight him. He knows that he doesn't necessarily want to fight us. He's a reasonable demon. He's willing to accept some gold payment instead. So we might just take that route, just because I'm a coward and I'm a scrub. I'm trying to take the easiest way through the game I can, you know, basically. We could also probably fight him and kill him. Yeah. It is said that Asmodeus is the overlord of all of hell. His appearance, unlike many other demons and devils, is human apart from his horns and tails. So like the classic demon type, he can freeze flesh with a touch. Interesting that in Dungeon Crawl, Asmodeus is used as like the demon lord of fire. Here he has much more of a cold flavor. So what we're going to do... Alright, here's my compromise. I don't know what's like the minimum amount of gold that Asmodeus will accept. So let's like really lowball him. Let's take out $100 out of our sack. Take something out of the sack. How about $100? Alright. Now, if Asmodeus wants to come and fight me, well, if he'll accept $100 or less, that's sort of on him for being a cheapskate, you know, and sort of awesome for us for being tricksters. And if he takes that as an insult, then we can fight him anyway. Alright, so I think either way we win this. Alright, so we'll remove a blindfold. We have to make our way over towards Asmodeus. I wouldn't be surprised if I couldn't teleport or dig in here, because that's the way things tend to work on these special demon floors, but not necessarily. That's a Minotaur. Alright, so as I've said, Minotaurs are some of the most dangerous foes. Yeah, let's see how hard he hits. Yeah, you can see he took away 11 HP with his multiple attacks. You know, that's more than most monsters of the game have been able to say at this point. Yeah, like, look, he's gotten us down to 30 HP. Minotaur is an end-level threat. Fortunately, he's dead. We are still wearing our slow digestion, aren't we? Like, that's not how you do it. How do we do it? We're wearing gain constitution and slow digestion. Alright, so we could get conflict going on. Let's eat this Minotaur corpse. Yeah, that was fine. A little bit rotten, but I guess it didn't do nothing. Alright, let's be on our way. Karnov's ghosts. I can't tell about Karnov. Karnov sort of sounds like a character that I would make, but it also sort of sounds like it could be a NetHack dev. Or like some other person of importance that they would have kept around. What do you think that other 4 is right here looking around? Let's investigate. It's a purple worm. They can swallow you and like digest you, which is a little bit annoying. You know, a purple worm, I believe, is sort of like in the style of the sandworms from Dune or something like that. It's supposed to be enormous things that can swallow you and digest you alive. Plain centaur is not what I'm concerned with, right? It's mostly the mountain centaurs that I need to worry about. So that was even nothing. And here we are. We're already at Asmodeus' gates. No, we're not. Can I dig through this? Good. Now we're at Asmodeus' gates. Alright, didn't want to go all the way back around that way. Let's, I'm sure we probably can't dig through these walls. I'm sure some of the walls are more special than others. Door is open. I appreciate the hospitality. It's just like walk right in. You know, I guess these guys could learn a thing or two in manners. You know, I don't know why you leave the door open like this if you don't expect people to walk in. You know, I mean, maybe this is just like for a little bit of a sporting fight. Feel tired, but no, that was just a sleeping gas trap. Tower of flame erupts on the floor, but what happened? My robe smolders. No. So we got a burnt +0 robe. I was thinking we might enchant that up a little bit more. I'm just glad. See, this is why we're glad that we have all of our stuff in our sack, because at least all of our potions and scrolls won't burn away. Although our armor might smolder a little bit, yeah, but I don't think the robe was doing much for us AC-wise anyway. We mostly have that for the spell casting. If we wanted to, we could enchant it up a little bit with our magic marker, with the remaining charges in our magic marker. I'm sort of saving that for a little bit more of an emergency, but if it looks like we won't need it, we might as well enchant up our robe a little bit more. Who knows, we might even find a fresh, unburnt robe in a minute. Something seems to be holding me. Hey, okay, well, that's a little bit of an annoyance. Paralysis is still one of the things that might kill us in this game. You know, being paralyzed is really annoying. Having all this AC is great, you know, it helps us weather a few hits. But it would be nice to have a ring of free action is one of the nicest things that you want to have, like, in the game, because it prevents all sorts of paralysis-type stuff. That would be, like, you know, a classic end-game combo of rings would be Ring of Conflict, which we have. I'm really happy about that. Ring of Levitation is just necessary for utility, and then, you know, I mean, Ring of Free Action would be a good one. Bunch of elves down here in hell. Alright, yeah, what is that, a dragon of some kind? A blue dragon. Alright, so blue dragons are going to actually be among the toughest things to hit with Mjolnir. I hit it. Let's just destroy that, whatever it is, first. Yeah, blue dragon is going to be an annoyance. You can see we could even use a little bit more AC. I mean, our AC, we could enchant up our robe, get our AC down. I mean, minus 20 is not bad. Admittedly, it's better than it was with my Valkyrie game, and Valkyries are supposed to be like armored tanks. So I'm feeling good about that. But obviously you can see, you know, a blue dragon is able to do a little bit of a number on us. Of course, blue dragon is basically the same as just hitting it with a hammer. Alright, let's not be blind. Let's just work our way through here. What is that, a number 4 in there? Another kind of dragon? Nope, just a vampire lord. Turning to flee. Ha! Cannot face her power. Scare monster is nice, I guess. All these traps. Yeah, hell is full of traps. Which I guess is thematic, but also annoying. Yeah, look. Tower of Flame erupts from the floor. You are uninjured. Your gloves smolder. So our AC down to minus 19. Yeah, again, this is really annoying. Better pair of gloves would be great. I'm not going to lie about that. If we could find a better pair of gloves, nice gauntlets of power, or something like that, we would be perfectly happy. Door opens. Vampire Lord is nothing to be concerned with. Alright. Gotta end this video soon. I gotta get going in a minute, but I think we'll at least be able to fight Asmodeus. Come on, Asmodeus. Take my bribe. Take my lowball bribe. You know you want it. Asmodeus over there. Not even listed as a 5, honestly, which is a little bit... Okay, Asmodeus appears before me. So Asmodeus is going to come to us. Asmodeus is like, alright, you came in through my unlocked door. You fought off all my entry-level minions. Asmodeus demands 39 Zorkmids for safe passage. And the answer is... would you accept 35? Let's try to haggle a little bit. I think Asmodeus wants to haggle. How much will you offer? Here, you want to have 50? 50. You give Asmodeus 50 Zorkmids. See how generous I am? See how generous these mortals could be? I'm a generous priest. You know, I gave you half of everything I own. What do you think about that? Asmodeus vanishes, laughing about cowardly mortals. Yeah, alright, well, I'll give you that one. I mean, I admitted I was a coward. Tower of Flame. Oh, so my AC going down by the moment here. Down at minus 18. My boots smoldering. That's a shame. I mean, I know we can't replace our boots. You know, it would be nice if they were fireproof, but this is just going to happen, alright? You know, there's all sorts of fiery business going on in hell. It's worse if you know, trust me, you need to have fire resistance. Etched helmet would be cool, but we already have, like, a great helmet, the best helmet. Because if you don't have fire resistance and you step on one of those fire traps, I believe it actually reduces your max HP, which is just, like, absolutely dreadful. That's not something that you can have happening just, like, casually at this point of the game. You say, I think we stepped on 3 fire traps just on this level alone. So it's not, like, anything that we should be messing around with. Asmodeus, where'd you go? Is he still around? Oh, he disappeared. Alright. Cool. Alright. Well, I think we're good. I think that's about an hour of footage right there. Another Thar over there. I'm tempted to read it just to see what it does, but let's leave well enough alone right there. And cool. So I mean, here we are down in hell. I mean, well on our way through hell. We just defeated the first demon lord. In a manner of speaking, I mean, we just bribed him away. But you know, I mean, demons are super greedy. You know, I mean, we're just playing the game. You know, as I said, we're a trickster archetype here. You know, any means that we have to beat the game, we're gonna do it. And yeah, you know, I mean, it's a labor. Some people consider Gehenna to be among the most annoying parts of the game just because of how laborious it is, you know, mapping out all these maps. But as a trickster, you know, we got all sorts of tricks. We can use our teleportation, we can use our magic mapping, and it's really going to be a breeze, all right? You know, I mean, we don't complain. You know, I mean, I like to have these labors here a little bit. You know, it's like the labors of Hercules. Did Hercules complain when he had to, like, kill those lions or whatever? No, he just did it, and he used all sorts of tricks that he had at his disposal to make it easier. So, I mean, that's what NetHack is all about. And I think based on what you see, you know, I mean, those last couple levels of Gehenna flew right by. You know, I mean, I think that in the next video, we are poised to fly through the next 5-10 levels of Gehenna easily just by mapping through them. And then if we run into demon lords on the way, well, then so be it. You know, and that's the interesting part. You know, I mean, there's still a lot of interesting parts in Gehenna. It's just there's a lot of maps along the way. You know, it's a little bit spaced out too much. So, I mean, if we can just, like, concentrate a little bit, get to the interesting parts, that'll be fantastic. So anyway, here we are. Good video. I'm glad that we're making some progress. And thanks for watching, you guys. I will see you next time.